Hello, we're looking at the G-Shock GD-350 vibration watch from Casio. I've had this watch now for about 3 years, and over that time I've had quite a few other G-Shock watches. But I tend to prefer this one as my daily watch over the other ones, even though they're much newer. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. First off, when I was first buying this watch, I was drawn to the case design. G-Shock watches can be quite knobby, and this one was quite plain, but still had that aggressive look, which I liked. I really liked the screen, how it was two-tone color, and was very easy to read, and still had a little bit of action going on the top here. I also really liked the color of the watch. The flat gray was a nice change from just being black. Talking about color, this watch is great because it has the color all the way through the plastic. So as it wears down, it retains its color. A lot of G-Shock watches are just painted, and they tend to wear and look really bad right away. And this one does not, which is very nice. As you can see, it's worn quite a bit. This used to be really squared off edges, much more square, and they're quite round. But it still looks pretty good for all the wear on it. This watch actually saved my wrist from being crushed. I was moving some crates into a truck with a forklift, and I told the guy to stop, and he did not hear me, and he put the pallet right up against the other pallet with my arm in between, and the watch actually stopped the crate from crushing my wrist. It actually landed right here, and it held it like this, and my wrist just squished inside there and did not break. So kudos to G-Shock or Casio for making such a great watch. The other features of this watch are, of course, the functions. And this watch has tons of functions. 200 meter water resistance, flash alert, flash with buzzer, sound alarm, hourly signals, countdown, world time, up to 35 zones, 5 daily alarms, hourly signal, full on calendar, 24-hour and 12-hour time formats, and the best feature is the vibration. Now the vibration features one of those things that you never knew you needed, and then you got it, and now you love it and you can't live without it. The vibration feature is fantastic. You can be in a loud construction site or in a concert and still get your alarms. And you can set those alarms and have them vibrating on your wrist, and you always know that you got your alarm is going off. There's none of this miss it, especially when it's something really important. You got that vibration. And you tend to really appreciate it over time. You go, wow, I know this is happening. And, let's say you have this watch in bed, and it won't wake up your partner because it's vibrating on your wrist and not making the beeping sound. So I definitely recommend this watch specifically because of that function. Literally, once you get it, you don't want to live without it. And I really wish some of the high-end G-Shock watches had this feature in it. It's fantastic. Some of the things I don't like about this watch is I find that the buttons are too easy to press. You'll have it on your wrist, and you put your hand in your pocket, and it'll touch these buttons here. Let's say you have it in world time, which is fantastic, but you put your hand in your pocket, the watch touches the edge of your pocket, and it presses this button, and it resets time to a different time zone, and now you're going through all 35 time zones to get back to the one you need. And it's quite annoying when you just set it and then you have to re-go through everything again over and over again. So I find that this watch, the buttons are just a little too easy to press, and I don't like that. And you can live with it. It's not a big problem, but it is something that happens. It has a timer here that's really easy to press and get a good timer once you set it. It's quite nice. You can't stop it from this button. You have to go into the menus or whatever, however you call it. But it works really well. Another thing, now this is about all G-Shocks, but one thing I wish G-Shock would improve on is the screen strength. As you can see here, this watch is full of scratches and pits. I was using a grinder and the sparks were hitting the screen, and every time it made a pit. So it doesn't really affect the watch that much, but it is kind of annoying when you look at it. If you're really looking at it, you want it to stay nice. It scratches up. So I wish they had better quality glass on there. The case too, because it's so big, you whack it on things quite often, like doorknobs and sides of doors and just things all around you. So that's one reason why they make it shockproof, because you are smashing it on things all the time because it's so thick. I don't mind, it doesn't bother me. I really like the look of the watch. Anyways, this is a fantastic watch. I definitely recommend buying it. You can look at the website. It's a great watch. Definitely one of the top G-Shocks. Like I said, I wish there was more of them in the vibration. But here's a good look though of how it wears down over time. This one here, I clean it every day. And it's still good. There's nothing wrong with it. We'll see how long the battery lasts. It says 5 years, but it seems to be going on strong. Anyways, yeah. Thank you so much.